We also appreciate your thoughtful attention to the wearing of masks when appropriate. And in the spirit of community, we invite you to enjoy coffee and conversation after the service here in our pavilion or in the coffee hour on Zoom. Hello, Zoom Sanctuary. We offer many opportunities to be part of and to get to know and be part of the Emerson community. Coming up on Sunday, May 18th at 2:30 p.m., you can share a poem, story, or other performance art at the Emerson and Friends 2025 Spring Arts Share here in our sanctuary. On Monday evenings, you can join the weekly Emerson Amblers, walk and talk group, and enjoy conversations as we stroll lovely locations here in the Valley. In June, mark your calendar for the upcoming Pride Month activities offered by EUUC Outreach, including the Show Your Pride art activity after the June 1st service, and march in the San Fernando Valley Pride March and enjoy the After Festival on June 28th. For more information on these and more activities, see the printed order of service, sign up for our weekly e-blast, sign our guest book in the foyer, our virtual guest book on Zoom, check in on the website lovingly tended to by our communications team, and follow our social media hubs on Facebook and Instagram. You'll find those URLs in the pavilion on the cork board, on the information board. As we open our hearts in reflection today, we recognize that we occupy land originally and still inhabited and cared for by the affiliated tribes of the Tongva, Tataviam, Serrano, Kizh, and Chumash peoples. May we honor their elders and descendants by educating ourselves about the citizens that descend from the original native peoples of this region. May we understand that this is ancestral and unceded territory. The history of California is inundated with the myths and propaganda used to establish a story sympathetic to colonization. However, when we turn towards an understanding of our true history and the real ideologies and cruel policies of settler colonialism, we discover that there has always been resistance by indigenous people. The legacy of this resistance is alive, carried to the present moment, and centered by indigenous people, indigenous-led groups, and resistance movements. They are reclaiming the rich culture of this area and neighboring regions. Did you know that Los Angeles County established the Los Angeles City County Native American Indian Commission in 1976? The commission is the first of its kind in the United States and serves its mission and purpose by promoting the development of programs and funding resources, advocacy, and working with federal and local agencies to foster awareness, pride, and support to Native American cultures and peoples in Los Angeles County. Their website is www.lanaic.lacounty.gov, but just search for the Native American Indian Commission. It's pretty cool. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. It's nice to be with you all. I'm the Reverend Chloë Briedé. I use she, her pronouns. And happy Mother's Day. A day of honoring those who care for and nurture us, those who guide us and love us, mothering in all its forms and variability. So we're also celebrating today our unique Unitarian Universalist holiday of flower communions. That's why we have all these flowers up here at the front. If you, like Tess said, if you haven't had a chance to add your flowers to this bouquet, you can always do that during our Greet Your Neighbor time. Our opening words this morning come from Thomas Rhodes. We come in a variety of colors, shapes, and sizes. Some of us grow in bunches, some of us grow alone. Some of us are cupped inward, and some of us spread ourselves out wide. Some of us are old and dried and tougher than we appear, And some of us are still in bud. Some of us are growing low to the ground, and some of us stretch towards the sun. Some of us feel like weeds sometimes. Some of us carry seeds sometimes. Some of us are prickly sometimes. And some of us smell. And all of us are beautiful. What a bouquet of people we are. Come, let us worship together as a bouquet of beautiful people. And we'll light our chalice.
As we enjoy the flower communion today, we are reminded of the beauty and diversity of our community. Our shared value of pluralism expresses this rich bouquet, a collection of blooms made up of our individual histories and resilience. Monica Guzman, a senior fellow for public practice at Braver Angels, reminds us pluralism craves questions and dies without courage. As we light our chalice, may we embrace the warmth of community and ignite in each of us the flames of inclusive curiosity, unabashed inquiry, and unwavering courage. I'll invite you to stand or sit as you are comfortable and join me in reciting our covenant. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, thus do we covenant. La doctrina de esta iglesia es el amor, la búsqueda de la verdad en su sacramento, y su servicio es su oración, vivir juntos en paz, usar el conocimiento en la verdad, servir a la humanidad en comunión. Este es nuestro pacto. I also invite you to stay risen and join voices for the Dazzling Bouquet, a song written by Brett Hessla in 1995 to give welcoming churches a way to celebrate our LGBTQIA community.
Okay, this is fun. Do the refrain twice. So I'll sing it once, and then you sing it, and then we'll go on with the rest of with the verses and stuff. But it's a fun song. It's an easy song. So. Mine is the church where everybody's welcome. I know it's true 'cause I got through the door. We are a dazzling bouquet of every kind of flower. Jump in the vase 'cause we got space for more. Everybody? Mine is the church where everybody's welcome. I know it's true 'cause I got through the door. We are a dazzling bouquet of every kind of flower. Jump in the vase 'cause we got space for more. Come here, all you 6-foot gladiolas. Come, all you purple lilacs shining bright. Come and all bloom together in the garden. A carnival of fragrance and delight. Mine is a church where everybody's welcome. I know it's true 'cause I got through the door. We are a dazzling bouquet of every kind of flower. Jump in the vase 'cause we got space for more. We don't simply tolerate each other. We ask and tell, we don't just turn away. We give attention to every bud and blossom. Let every face come grace the grand bouquet. Mine is is the church where everybody's welcome. I know it's true 'cause I got through the door. We are a dazzling bouquet of every kind of flower. Jump in the vase 'cause we got space for more. Our demons keep trying to divide us. They document their lies to make them true. Today we're freed from our judging and excluding. Just look around, enjoy the lovely view. Mine is a church where everybody's welcome. I know it's true 'cause I got through the door. We are a dazzling bouquet of every kind of flower. Jump in the vase 'cause we got space for more. Last line one more time. Jump in the vase 'cause we got space for more.
If I knew how, I would have burst into a swing dancing routine. That's such a cool tune. And the folks who wrote it, do it on like guitar and banjo. It's really cool. All right, hello again, and good morning. I offer a heartfelt welcome to everyone here in our sanctuary and on our Zoom sanctuary. Thank you all for joining us. Wishing all a happy Mother's Day, a Merry Beltane, and Buddha Day. If you are new to Emerson, we are so glad you're here. We are a community centered on love, encouraging self-expression and inquiry. Our shared values of pluralism, generosity, interdependence, equity, justice, and transformation express our commitment to build an inclusive community. Folks from all backgrounds and all experiences are welcome here. We embrace dignity, the dignity and worth inherent in each individual. Whatever the life circumstances that brought you here, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you. However you choose to express your spiritual influences and secular principles, we welcome you. Today we come together for May Day celebrations, including the UU Flower Communion, a ritual honoring what as individuals binds us as a community. Aligned with the season of the Flower Communion is Mother's Day, a celebration that can be traced back to ancient Greeks and Romans who honored mother goddesses. In the pagan tradition to which I align, we celebrate Beltane, a fire festival symbolizing the fertility of nature, centering themes of renewal that mark the seasonal transition. My Beltane observances are inspired by the pair of oak titmouse birds tending to their eggs in one of our garden nesting boxes. Small but mighty, the tireless pair are resolute in their quest to supply insects to their squeaky babies. This reminds me of what we're coming together today on themes of community, responsibility, and replenishment. And for Buddhists, tomorrow, the full moon brings Buddha Day, a blend of spiritual observances in celebration of the Buddha's life, inviting Buddhists from various cultures to renew the values of compassion, peace, and loving kindness. With these shared themes in mind, our Flower Communion symbolically affirms our connection to each other, and the quote offered by Reverend Chloë on the order of service provides our affirmation. Let us sincerely renew our resolution to be a family of spirit and nature without barriers. In a moment, I'll invite you to greet your neighbors. During that time, please feel welcome to write in our physical and virtual books of life any joy, concern, or occasion or thoughts you'd like shared aloud with the congregation during the service. For folks here in person, the Book of Life is right there behind the piano next to our wonderful choir and beautiful Kevin. And for those of you on Zoom, you will find a link to the virtual Book of Life. But before we greet our neighbors, the pastoral care team has a cake today to celebrate the April and May birthdays. Yay! Yay! Anyone have an April or May birthday? Raise your hand, Dave. All right, happy birthday. So let's all join together, David. Let's all join together and sing a hearty happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, many birthdays. Happy birthday to you. All right. Thank you to the pastoral care team. Take a moment to greet your neighbors in the spirit of welcome and embarrass the birthday people. All right. Thank you so much.
I made the list. I knew exactly.
Oh, you do?
It's good to be together today, isn't it?
Yes.
So this is a telling of the flower communion story, and it was adopted from a story by Janine Grossmeyer. And I did add, I think there might be one picture of Chopik that went in, but we'll see if I got it in the slideshow. Maybe I didn't. Okay. Sometimes, I guess Google did not save how I wanted it to. So, well, we don't really need it. You guys can use your imagination. So in the city of Prague, in the land of Czechoslovakia. In the year 1923, so 1923, there was a church. But the building did not look much like we would sort of imagine a church to look. There were no bells, there was no spire of a big white church, no stained glass windows, and there was no organ to make beautiful music, which, we don't have an organ either. So I think we're okay. But they didn't even have a piano. It had no carvings of wood or statues of stone, and it had no candles or chalices, and it didn't have any flowers either. The church did have some things. It had 4 walls and a ceiling and a floor, and it had doors and a few windows and some wooden chairs. But it was all plain and simple. Except the church also had the people who came to it every Sunday. It had a minister, and his name was Norbert Chopek, and he had been the minister of that plain, simple church for 2 years at that point. Every Sunday, Minister Chopek went to church, and he spoke to the people, and they listened, and they sat quietly and still in those hard wooden chairs. And it sort of reminds me, if you've been in really older New England churches, some of them have those really hard pews that they've nowadays sort of improved with cushions and things, but you can imagine everyone sort of sitting on their hard pews. So they would sit on their hard chairs, and when he was done speaking, the people would talk a little bit among themselves, and then they went home. There was no music, no candles, no food, no coffee, or even cupcakes or donuts. So springtime came to the city of Prague, and Norbert Chopek went out for a stroll. The rains had come, and the birds were singing, and the flowers were blooming all over the land. The world was beautiful. And then an idea came to him, simple and clear, plain as day. And the next Sunday, he asked all the people in the church to bring a flower or a budding branch or even a twig. Each person was to bring one to church. And they had questions. They asked, what kind, what color, what size, what do you want us to bring? And he said, you choose, each of you choose what you would like. And so on that next Sunday, which was the first day of summer, the people came with flowers of all colors and sizes and kinds. There were yellow daisies and red roses. There were white lilies and blue asters, dark-eyed pansies and little green leaves. Pink and purple, orange and gold. There were all of those colors and more. Flowers filled all the vases, and the church wasn't so plain and simple anymore. Minister Chopek spoke to the people while they listened, and sitting quietly and still in those really hard chairs that they were sitting on. These flowers, he said, are like ourselves, different colors and different shapes and different sizes, each needing different kinds of care, but each beautiful, each important and special in its own way. When he was done speaking, the people talked a little bit among themselves, and then they each chose a different flower from the vases before they went home. And that was all. It was beautiful, it was plain, and it was simple, just like that church. So that's the story of Minister Chopek and the flower communion. We're going to do our affirmation now. So if you would join me in saying it. We are Unitarian Universalists, people of open minds, loving hearts, and welcoming hands.
As part of our commitment to practice our UU values, we provide half our share of the plate offerings to local organizations whose work embody these values. This month, our share of the plate partner is the UU Justice Ministry of California. The mission of the UU Justice Ministry of California is to advance justice in our state by cultivating and connecting leaders and communities, and by empowering the public voice who share Unitarian Universalist values and principles. The UUJMCA justice campaigns include immigrants' rights, reproductive rights, queer LGBTQIA+ rights, climate and environmental justice, and saving democracy, privileging, yes, we need that. Come on. Saving democracy, privileging intersectionality in all their justice work. We thank you for your support of this incredible organization. You may contribute here today or see the online donation information printed on the order of service, or donate at donate.emersonyuuc.org. If you're writing a check, please memo share the plate, or if you're making a pledge, memo that as well. Thank you. With immense gratitude, we thank you and now invite our wonderful ushers to receive your generosity. Still working out these cataracts. They're fixed. So, how many children do you have? The ask usually lands within the first 3 questions when Dave and I meet someone new. Over the 30 years we've been married, we've clocked the range of reactions when we share, nope, no children. We actually chose to be child-free. We've joked that we could make a drinking game of the more common responses. The backtracking stammer, the confused furrowed brow, the suspicious grimace, the consoling head tilt, and the surprised but curious nod. The well-meaning folks follow up with an open-hearted invitation, offering a kind, "Oh, I see." The folks with questionable boundaries offer various brands of probing, assuming condolences are in order for an inability to bear children. Their scrutiny often aimed at me, the potential womb. Super fun. Not that it's anyone's business, but we get it. It's understandable. The ask is understandable. We've learned parenting is a common social language, a way to break the ice, form connection, find your people. Most folks have very good intentions. 2 adults paired up? Why would anyone assume anything else? I imagine it's fun swapping kids' stories and comparing photos. Don't even get me started showing you pictures of my great niece and nephew, or my native plant garden. In the early years, I accepted my choice as coming with a no access sign on celebrating Mother's Day, though I have been an active member in a few villages. But over those same years, showing up as the reliable, safe, and trustworthy aunt when my siblings left a void, showing up for my preschoolers, high schoolers, and college freshmen as a teacher, showing up as the resilient, fierce, and wise friend, partner, sibling, coworker that has your back, I began to understand my own mothering nature. And while motherhood has been gendered and assigned traits by our assimilation into heteronormative social systems, I've privileged a different perspective, one of reproductive agency. Maternity is not the prerequisite. Biology is not the proof. Expressing the mothering nature, that is prerequisite and proof. From that space, I galvanized my own celebration. My Mother's Day is actually a celebration of the mothering nature in all of us. I honor the mothering nature of my niece, Jelaine. She expresses a parenting that is acutely intuitive, unflinchingly nourishing, boldly courageous, uncompromisingly loving, deeply intelligent, and creative. In a recent conversation about my beloved great niece, Stella, Jelaine's own words reveal her mothering nature. Parenting is so hard, she admits. I try to just listen in ways that reinforce Stella is in a safe space and that we can have an open dialogue about anything. Trust was never there with my mom, and I will not allow my daughter to feel that same way. I honor the mothering natures of my friend Alex and his partner Dallas. Alex and Dallas have extended the family built with Alex's ex, the mother of his 2 daughters. When just playing a casual Frisbee game with them, I witnessed an amazingly emotionally mature co-parenting environment, one in which the daughters are encouraged to express not only sisterly support and affection, but child-parent relationships that include inside jokes, teasing, vulnerability, apology, and individuality. I honor the mothering natures of my 2 dear friends, having been unable to conceive after exhausting battles with reproductive health issues and the rigors of IVF. Both strong and credible women remaining hope-filled as they collected the heartbreaks like scars, accepting the painful truth that their bodies could not carry their longed-for children. I honor the mothering nature of folks that made a choice by expression of any kind of agency or reality of circumstance. We are deeply aware of what is missing and what we have gained. We mourn our unmet children. We embrace our responsibility to ourselves and others. We live the work of building chosen family and are happy to show up for and celebrate with them. I honor the mothering natures in all of us as an Emerson community, to practicing covenantal, respectful, and nurturing village, to pursuing personal growth so we can hold space for each other and because of each other, to holding the intention, in the words of my wise niece, to just listen, to act in ways that reinforce our community as a safe space for all. Finally, for me, these words by Toni Morrison capture the mothering nature. We are here and we have to do something nurturing that we respect before we go. We must. It is more interesting, more complicated, more intellectually demanding, and more morally demanding to love somebody, to take care of somebody. So with this, I celebrate with you and wish you happy Mothering Nature in All of Us Day.
Thank you, Tess. It's been lovely. You should ask Tess more about her relationship with her niece. It's lovely to hear about. I recommend it. So we read from our Book of Life, which is the joys and sorrows, the heartache, and the celebrations of this community. Eric writes, Environmental Justice Ministry invites everyone to grab a bag of used coffee grounds from Starbucks to put on your garden or landscape out by the pavilion door. So there's coffee grounds for folks who'd like them. I have a joy from me. I am honored and a little bit late in announcing that I got full fellowship, which is basically like basically like getting tenure with our Unitarian Universalist Association, which is very exciting and a lot of relief, especially given the coming baby. David Early writes that he is feeling tremendous joy at leading a beginning instrumental music concert at a new school for him on Friday. It was the first of its type at that school in decades. And the kids played great. The stage was decorated with lots of big flowers, and the parents gave enthusiastic applause. So it sounds like a good time had by many. And Todd Covert writes, best present for my 65th birthday today? It was not my Medicare enrollment this week. The most precious gift is having my partner, Deb, with me today. So I'm going to ring our bell, and you're invited to speak the names of those who are on your hearts or in your thoughts out loud. Victoria, Jen. This is a prayer and meditation for Mother's Day by the Reverend Leslie Mills. She writes, beloved companions, breathe deep the breath of life. Let down the cares of the world from your shoulders, if only for this moment. As we join together in the spirit of meditation, centering, and prayer. Today is a day like any other day, where we sit in the messy middle of our lives, trying to make sense of it all and bring meaning to our complex histories. And we gather here to draw upon the spirit of life and love, building up the beloved community, one breath, one conversation, one prayer at a time. Today is a day like any other day, yet it is also Mother's Day, the one day of the year when we lift up motherhood in all of its multi-layered pain and glory. For some, it may be a pleasantly simple holiday. For many, we recognize that it's anything but simple. Mother's Day can be complicated by the realities of our own relationships. And so in this morning, in this place that we make holy by our presence, let us be guided by love that is the spirit of this church as we acknowledge the wide continuum of mothering. So I invite you to close your eyes and breathe gently. And we're going to expand our awareness beyond ourselves. Expand your awareness beyond yourself. If you're familiar with sort of meditations where you pray for others or think of others, you might think of doing this. Reach out with your heart and embrace everyone who's in this room and beyond, all who have a relationship with motherhood, until everyone in this room is held in the warmth of your compassion. And as you're reaching out to others, also notice that everyone here is reaching out and holding you so tenderly. You are held in the warm embrace of this community if you have a mother and if you don't. If your relationship to your mother is whole or broken, if you wear your motherhood openly or if it is hidden, and if you don't know who gave birth to you or you do. You are held by this community whether the thought of mothering brings you hope or desire, joy or grief, energy or exhaustion, longing or resilience. You are held by this community if you've given birth, if you have yet to give birth, if you will never give birth, and if you grieve the lost dream of birth. You are held by this community if you love a mother, if you struggle with a mother, if you are estranged from a mother, if you have been betrayed by a mother, or if you have lost a mother. You are held by this community if you're mother to many or few or none, whether you embrace a feminine model of mothering or whether you mother outside of gender binaries. You are held if you are single and longing for a child or of your own, or if you are single and walking the road of motherhood already. You are held by this community if you mother your own children or those who are birthed by another through adoption, fostering, step-parenting, or if you're mother to niece or nephews or grandchildren, whether they are still small or growing up, moving on, moving out, or moving away. You are held if you gave your child up for adoption or if you've experienced the loss of a child through miscarriages, failed adoptions, running away. You are held by this community if you walk the hard path of infertility or if abortion is a part of your story. You are held by community if your child died after you held them in your arms, taken from you far too soon, whether they were young or old enough to have children of their own. Your motherhood did not end that day. All who have a relationship to motherhood are held by this community. All are held with tenderness, compassion, and love. And as we continue to imagine ourselves pouring our love and compassion out to those around us and receiving it in kind, let us take a moment of silence together. Let us pray. Spirit of life and love, Spirit that moves among us with compassion, with life, with energy, with the held feltness of this community, feeling held by this community. We pray today for those who are feeling grief, for those they've lost, whether recent or long ago. We hold space and prayer for those who are sad or who might be anxious today, feeling the weight of the world, or just the weight of being human. We hold space for forgiveness today, for forgiving ourselves and others, and also for those that we need to offer apology to. There's always that too. We offer prayers for those who are feeling joy today, who are feeling the lightness of celebration, of sunshine, and of beauty. The beauty of nature and of flowers and of gathering together in community on this Flower Communion Sunday. As a community, we hold all of this together. And I'm going to invite you to take one more deep breath in, breathing in and out, and releasing all of that compassion that you've been sending out and receiving as we come back into the room together and are delighted by the music of the choir. May it be so. Amen. If you've been around our church or another Unitarian Universalist church before, you've probably heard the story of Flower Communion that I told during the children's time. Norbert Čapek wandering the streets of Prague and creating a ceremony of beauty and unity. The Czech Unitarian Church was originally called the Free Fellowship, and at the time was one of the largest Unitarian churches in the world. Čapek believed in the high potential of human development, the need for religious faith that created unity. In his writings, you see criticism of the sins of the Catholic and Orthodox churches and hope after World War I for a Czechoslovakia that valued the progress and unity for its people. Here's the first part of a confession Čapek wrote. He says, "I believe in a human, in his or her inexpressible value and the capacity of unlimited evolution. I believe that any societal systems are originated by people and are for use by people and can be changed by people if they do not serve their needs anymore and delays their progress. I believe we need new, better people for creating a new, better society. Does this feel familiar? The capacity of humans to do better, to create change, to choose leaders who create the best society possible. This was another part of his confession. I respect every honest conviction, and in everyone I first see a human, regardless of his or her religious or other affiliations. Much like our modern church, the Czech Free Fellowship drew people beyond the traditional Christian backgrounds, and it actually included, like we do, atheists and humanists and agnostics. Chapek, despite proclaiming a belief in God and a following for Jesus, was not exclusive or doctrinal. Instead, he wanted a church that represented the unity of humans and the great progress, the potential for progress and positive change. He was truly a progressive Unitarian at the time. Chapek's flower communion was created as a ritual that would be accessible to all beliefs and to anyone who was drawn to the church. This is what he said his flower communion was meant to symbolize. 1, each of us is symbolized in a flower. 2, flowers together in a vase symbolize fellowship, our commonality. 3, the way, how we are brought and carried away. The flowers symbolize volunteerism and freedom, that you brought a flower and you take one home. And number 4, when you leave this meeting in peace without rushing, each of you takes a blossom out of the bunch of flowers without choosing, as a sign that you do not pick who you want to accept as brother and sister. So the language of these days, as you can notice, is pretty binary, but the ceremony symbolized individuality, fellowship, unity, freedom, and tolerance. And these days, we tend to let people pick their flower, but it's an interesting concept, not picking who you accept or not, but acceptance of everyone as siblings in this world. Today, I see the flower communion as a powerful reminder of our new value of pluralism. The idea that we all come together with varied beliefs, and yet we find beauty and value in that diversity. I think it's true that within a group of UUs, you will find much that makes us similar, oftentimes similar values, a love for humanity and our earth, and many ways in which we are so different, especially when it comes to theological views. Our acceptance of diversity and pluralism is often what makes us special as a faith. Recently, when I was talking to folks in the new member class, many of them mentioned how our non-prescriptive, open-minded approach to God is what drew them to our faith. Plus a sense of spiritual community, a place to grow in their individual faith while having the support of a community. Beautiful. So to continue Chapek's story, and it's here where things don't go well, as you might guess for the time period. Hitler rose to power and the situation in Czechoslovakia worsened. The country eventually fell to the Nazis in March of 1939. Chapek received an offer from then president of the Unitarian Association, Frederick May Elliott. Elliott offered to bring Chapek back to the United States to save his life. He wrote back, "As to the actual plan, I must say that my consciousness would make me very unhappy if I were compelled to desert my people in these days. I therefore feel I cannot leave my people no matter what suffering may be involved." You can probably predict how the story ends. Chapek didn't leave his people behind, and he kept preaching the values we heard symbolized in his flower communion. He was transported to Dachau and murdered by the Nazis on October 30th, 1942. His wife, though, did escape to the U.S. and introduced the ritual of flower communion to her Unitarian church in Cambridge, Massachusetts. So that's how we got it. The Reverend Dr. Peter Samoyski has written extensively on Chopik and says that he would like not to be considered a martyr or saint of Unitarian Universalism. Instead, Samoyski asks us to remember him with gratitude for his work and the ideals he has taught us. The ritual of flower communion is in many ways timeless. We are again celebrating diversity and pluralism in a time when those are sometimes considered bad words or curse words. The current administration favors those who fit the white Christian norm. We are saying as you use that our diversity, our difference makes us stronger, that we value and love diversity of belief and identity even when the country's rulers tell us there's only one proper way. I love the song that we sang as the opening hymn. I was introduced to it by a friend in grad school who also, at the moment, is a director of religious education, if you can imagine, because it's a little bit silly, right? And that's kind of what makes it fun. And this friend, he invited us while we were in grad school to celebrate flower communion with him and learn this song as a bunch of stressed out grad students, probably around April. So it was truly a delight at the time, and whenever we do flower communion, I love pulling it out. And while it can be a bit of an earworm, I actually just love the refrain. I find myself singing it sometimes because it feels so true for UUs in the experience that I've had with our sense of diversity and acceptance. Mine is a church where everybody's welcome. I know it's true 'cause I got through the door. We're a dazzling bouquet of every kind of flower. Jump in the vase 'cause we've got space for more, right? And so today we're celebrating individuality and pluralism, a love for all who jump in the vase, representing an increasingly diverse world, country, and church, remembering the ideals that Chopik brought to our faith. So come here, all you 6-foot gladiolas. Come all you purple lilacs shining bright. Come let us all blossom together in one garden, a carnival of fragrance and delight. So let us celebrate our flower communion together. May it be so. Amen. And Tess is going to join me in leading our flower communion. The ritual is quite simple. As many of us have done this morning, you may have brought a flower of your choice and placed it in our vases. In a moment, we will consecrate and identify for a special moment and purpose, and bless and acknowledge these gifts of nature. Then you're invited up to prayerfully choose and take a flower you did not bring in a ritual of giving and receiving. If you didn't bring a flower this morning, don't worry. As you can see, there are more than enough for everyone.
These flowers are a symbol of diversity, the free gifts of nature, the power of life, the beauty of the world, and nature's quiet and faithful dignity. As no two flowers are alike, so no two people are alike. Yet together the different flowers form a bouquet that is not without its thorns. A congregation, like a bouquet, would not be the same without the unique addition of every individual flower. And thus it is with our church community. You would not be who you are without each and every one present. You are part of what makes this church community, such a beautiful bouquet.
And so before we begin, we're going to bless our flowers with Norbert Chopik's translated words. So if you would join me in this blessing. In the name of the providence which implants in the hearts of the seed the future of flowers, and which implants in our hearts the unrest which will not be quenched till people live lovingly with each other. We bless these flowers.
In the name of the highest, in which we move and take our being, in the name of the deepest, which makes father, mother, sister and brother, sibling, parent, lover, and loner who they are, we bless these flowers. In the name of the prophets and sages who sacrificed their lives to hasten the coming of the reign of mutual respect, we bless these flowers.
Let us sincerely renew our resolution to be brothers, sisters, and siblings, regardless of the barriers which estrange. May these flowers be for us the sign of the glory and variety of which we aspire, knowing we are one family, the family of spirit and nature. In this holy resolve, may we be strengthened by the spirit of love, that we ourselves may bloom in the splendor of a joyful life, and endeavor to be ever more whole in our days. Amen.
When Reverend Chloe invites us, each person will come forward and take a flower other than the one you brought. As you do so, may you be aware of the gift of beauty given by this flower. When we begin the ritual, may you slowly form 2 lines on the side of the sanctuary. You'll take your flower and move back to your seats.
And I do really invite you to take your time with this. So take some time to look at the flowers, smell them, observe them, and pick one to take with you. We have time, so don't feel rushed. So once you arrive at our altar, you can see and feel the presence of the community around you, and take that in too. If you prefer to remain in your seat, just give me a wave and I'll bring you a flower. And if you're online with us today, I invite you to consider where you find beauty in the world, or perhaps if you have any flowers nearby, real or artificial, in your home, to bring them close to you. So let our flower communion begin.
I don't think so. Yeah, it's a
Beloveds, may these flowers bless you with their reminder of community and of beauty during this time. So you're invited to rise as you're willing and able for our closing hymn number 311, Let It Be a Dance. And you're invited to dance a little bit too if you'd like with this one, because let it be a dance.
Yeah.
Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Let a dancing song be heard. Play the music, say the words, and fill the sky with sailing words. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance, let it be a dance. Learn to follow, learn to lead. Learn to follow, feel the need. To reap the harvest, plant the seeds. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you. The good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Everybody turn and spin. Let it really learn to bend. Let like the willow in the wind. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. A child is born, the old must die. The time for joy, a time to cry. Take it as it passes by. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Morning star comes out at night. Without the dark there is no light. If nothing's wrong, then nothing's right. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let the sun, let it rain. Share the laughter, share the pain. And round we go again. Let it be a dance.
So I invite you to get connected to someone next to you, maybe holding hands or giving yourself a hug, especially if you're online. That might be a good option. A quick reminder before I say our benediction, there is Environmental Justice Ministry meeting today, so join myself and Andrea and all of our EJM folks after the service. Beloveds, on this Flower Communion Sunday, on this Mother's Day, may you be blessed with the beauty of individuality and the love of this community, the love for all of the ways we believe differently and all the values we share in common. Amen. May it be so, and blessed be.